Good morning, everybody. My name is Cory Smith. I am here on Coffee with Cory this morning with Marc Hubbard, the head coach of NC State men's soccer. Marc, first of all, how are you doing, sir?
Doing all right in the middle of school drop-offs, some more orthodontic appointments, and enjoying my train wreck from Cup of Joe that I get early morning. So
Beautiful. Supporting local.
yeah,
What's in the train wreck? Like, what is
the
that?
train wreck is a cold brew with 2 shots of espresso and some heavy cream. So it's it's the treat to self after a workout every morning.
Beautiful. And after getting everything handled, I'm assuming with all your kids too.
Get,
So
Gets me through the morning for sure.
there you go. Well, let's start up front. Big starts of the season already to this point. You guys are now up inside of last week. It was first time inside the top 10. Now, first time inside the top 5. You guys are number 5 overall in the country right now. I mean, when you hear that, what does that mean to you to know that this program is at that place now where you can talk about, consistently being up there?
Well, like any good coach, you want to downplay that stuff. The rankings at the end of the years are the ones that really matters, and
Yeah.
I think it's just a product of us making it to the Sweet 16 at the end of last year. The first poll is basically the end of the season last year, and then obviously a good start to the year, but. In terms of like level of competition, we've kind of ramped it up. All games have been at home, so there's still a long way to go. And this Friday matchup will obviously be a great opportunity and a good test to see where we're at and continue to build on what we've done so far since we arrived.
And that match, obviously, against UNC, I'm going to kind of give you a chance to promote that a little bit. It is a big match when it comes to NC State. Obviously, UNC unranked right now, but in the ACC, it's top loaded. So we'll talk about that in a second. But the this match against UNC, what does that mean for this program? Coming this early in the season, but after what you guys did a couple weeks ago, with over 3,000 fans in attendance, what would it mean to have the biggest sellout potentially at NC State for that match against UNC?
Yeah, I think all the extra stuff is nice. I think we already surpassed the record this year, but so I think that naturally fans will be coming to this because of the rivalry. I'm still learning about how important this is down here, but when I asked some people around the department how their Labor Day was, they were saying, well, UNC football lost, so my Labor Day was good. So I was like, oh, all right. How about the weather? Like, the weather was good, but I think people really lean into the rivalry. So just a different level of importance, and so I think people will come and support. And this, as always, the student fan base will be out. The Red Terrors will be out in full force, and that just adds another level of excitement and support for our performance on Friday. So I think we're excited to show what we are about. I think last year when we went into this matchup, it was our 5th game in 15 days. So we were definitely in the back end of a lot of games, and our legs were definitely heavy, and I don't think we performed too well. So I think we've been circling this one and looking forward to it since last year.
And the ACC as a whole, I mean, as of right now, I believe, according to the most recent rankings, there's there's 7 teams in the top 25, multiple inside the top 10. How much of an attraction was that for you to come to the ACC, to know, not only the fact that you get a chance to lead the NC State program that has had some history, but also just being in the ACC and competing against some of this top competition again?
Yeah, the ACC has historically been the the most competitive conference soccer-wise in the country. Last year, I think we had 9 out of the 15 teams in the tournament. I tell a lot of people that going into the NCAA tournament last year, I felt like more prepared because of the ACC gauntlet. The games didn't feel like too much of a stretch, whereas at University of New Hampshire, we were always kind of gearing up for the end of the year in those moments. UNC was undefeated until a couple days ago. It had a tough one. They were still a very good team. So that that's, I don't want that to be underplayed, that they have a strong tradition and a staff that knows what they're doing. So I think that just sort of trickles down into this type of game. And I mean, part of it is tactics and trying to figure out how to play against each other. But on the other end, there's a lot of emotion that goes within the game, and you have to kind of win that battle and control that the best you can too. But yeah, these are the type of moments and games why it was very attractive to move down here and be a part of the Wolfpack and be a part of the ACC.
All right, now I'm going to knock on wood here before I say this, but to this point, 3 matches in, you guys have not allowed a goal. What, first of all, how important is that to you? And second of all, how much do you accredit that, high intensity, high pressure defensive system that you guys implement in not only limiting goals, but shots on goal as a whole?
Yeah, that's definitely part of our identity, our philosophy, and part of our team goals every single year. Being a part of the top 10 in goals against and shutout percentage is something that we strive for, and every game matters and every play matters. And if you bring that mentality every single day and you instill those habits, then they'll ultimately add up, and you'll be ready for the biggest moments of the season when they fall upon you. I think we want to play a style that's attractive on the attacking end as well. So we want people to come and be entertained and affiliate and identify with how we play, which is, I think, hard-nosed, a little blue-collar in terms of sort of defensively and within those battles, but in the same vein, playing with an attractive flair that creates a lot of attacking chances. And when you do that, then you score more goals, and people are more entertained and want to come back. So I think on both sides of the ball, we really pride ourselves on doing all those little things that add up.
All right, and speaking of scoring goals, there's a guy that happens to be on your team that just recently had a hat trick in Donovan Phillip. How big has it been to have him come back this year, and what does he mean to this team as you guys try to as you move into the ACC play now at this point?
Donovan's very talented physically. I think in front of goal has improved a lot and still has a ways to go, which is kind of scary, like his full potential. The landscape professionally here in the country has changed a lot and how it relates to college soccer. So having guys that are drafted and then still be able to come back is kind of a new thing, but he's taking it with great stride and really loves NC State and understands the importance of a really good education, and at the same time continue to play high level soccer and develop and be ready for when Colorado or the MLS is ready. So having a player like that up top, obviously you want your forwards to score goals, and when they score goals, they're confident, and that adds to more, ultimately more goals and more chances, which is what you want. And it will attract a lot of attention from defenders, which may create more space and time for other players on your team. So a healthy Donovan Phillip is a good thing, and we look forward to seeing him out there Friday night.
And you mentioned the success last year, kind of translating to, the rankings this year and things along those lines and the expectations, obviously. But late game situations for you guys last year was something that was huge, especially down the stretch in the NCAA tournament. How do you kind of build that? I don't know. First of all, being able to have the endurance to win those late game situations and have enough, stamina to still be able to do those types of things, but also build that mentality of guys. We're not just trying to go to overtime here. We're not just trying to go to PKs. We're trying to finish this game before we get to that point.
I think that goes back to our philosophy of how we want to go about our business every day. One, we want to have fun. So, I mean, it's no sense in doing what we do for many hours of the day of our lives and not have fun. And I think that translates into, having the ball, which in soccer, you can go one of two ways, which is, just defend and sort of counter out when you have some space in behind, which is effective in some ways, but not the way we want to always go about it. We want to try and win the ball higher up on the field so that when we do win it, we can go to goal quicker and score more goals. That's one thing. The other thing is when you're able to keep the ball and move it around over the course of the game, you're making other teams chase. And when they're chasing, they're running, and then they're wearing down. So while creating these chances and breaking teams down, which is fun and attractive to watch, you're also wearing teams down, which then gives you those late game opportunities to continue to press while other teams are either searching for depth to put in or relying upon the guys that have been running around for 90 minutes. And that's one side of it. And the other side is just having belief, like that you can always win a game, no matter what. And part of our identity is just playing out every single minute like it was your last. So we instilled that early when we first got here, and I think it played out very, very early in the season with like High Point when we scored really late to win. Even in our second game with Florida Gulf Coast, we should have scored a lot early in the first half, but like we just kept pressing and then created a PK out of it. Same thing with the FIU game. This last game we played, soccer sometimes can be frustrating. You create a ton of chances. I think we had 9 corners or some ridiculous amount of shots in the first half, and the ball just wouldn't go in. But you just continue to press and create these chances, and ultimately, most of the time, teams will break. So that's just something I think now the guys have a lot of natural experiences to lean on, where we have late opportunities and have been able to finish. So the belief and the trust in the system and what we're doing is already there.
All right. And I wanted to ask you too, I mean, just you come into the program last year before the 2024 season. There's been a lot of success around the NC State program, whether it was, baseball getting to Omaha, basketball a couple years ago getting to the Final Four, obviously women's cross country winning 3 national championships, a lot of ACC championships to go around throughout the program. First of all, how attractive was that to you? And how much did that kind of raise the stakes once you got here to go, all right, we need to not only build a sustainable program, but have success right away too?
Yeah, I think you've nailed it on the head. I think NC State's won the most ACC championships the last 5 years, something like that. That was announced at our sort of welcome back full staff meeting. And it's not like something we have to talk about all the time. It's just you're walking through the hallways and you see the success. So I think that's something very early I took in, and you want to be around other coaches and staff members and administrators that are winners and experts in their field and have done it consistently over multiple years. So that definitely motivates me and keeps me on edge, regardless of past success or anything that we've created. You can't fall out of line, because being a top 10 team here is just what we do across the board in many different sports. So, that's why you see a ranking or whatever. It's not something that I'm thinking about or super proud about at the moment. It's more about just continuing to get better and do what we do at NC State, and at the end, hopefully have some time to reflect on what we've achieved this year.
All right, I asked you about it earlier, but I'm gonna go back to it. Give me your pitch, or give your pitch to anybody that first of all wants to join the Red Terrors on Friday night, but anybody that maybe hasn't been to a soccer match at this point. Why should they come out on Friday to come see the match against UNC? Obviously, any other match too, but I know this one's an important one early in the season.
Well, I mean, I think down here, like obviously it's very soccer heavy within the country, but football obviously reigns supreme. I was at the ECU game, and just like that type of environment. Obviously, there's so many things going around that can keep your attention and keep you going. A lot of hoopla outside of the actual game, and I think for those that like haven't been to a soccer match or kind of think about it as like being boring, when you actually come into our environment, the game is always going on. So there's not as much hoopla or fireworks or cheerleaders or those type of things, but the actual game itself, there's 22 guys on the field and there's so much going on all at the same time, even when you're on the ball or off the ball. So I would encourage those to come and sort of observe that, because it's going to be a high level match tactically, and two teams and two staffs that understand how to win, and that's going to leave a real lasting mark, I think, on those that haven't come in and watched us play. For those that have come watch us play, they're going to continue to see the same things, which is a high press type of system and energy, and trying to pin a team in, create as many attacking chances as possible, as many corner kicks. And if you are lucky enough to sit with the Red Terrors, like I think it's a 7:30 matchup, and I'm very concerned actually that there's not going to be enough seats for people. I think a couple games ago, people were sitting on grass and standing, and our admins did not know where to put people. So I think getting there early, finding your seat, and taking a part of the Red Terrors is something that I think will be memorable, because the Red Terrors moves behind the goal that we're trying to score on. And this year we put up 20 plus shots each game, so you're gonna be right on the action, right there on field level, and with the flares and the drums and the noise. I think that's something that you don't always typically get at college soccer games. So that's my pitch. But hope to see you Friday night, and hope to break the attendance record once again.
Yes, sir. Well, we will be there on Friday night, and I hope that a lot of NC State fans will be out there too. I know, what was the previous mark? Over 3,400, I believe. So hoping to reach well above that on Friday night for this match, and even beyond that too, because there's a lot of exciting home matches too. Again, the ACC is not an easy trek. UNC in some polls ranked inside the top 20, others ranked outside the top 25. So they're hungry. They're looking for a big statement win as well. So this won't be an easy match by any stretch. Marc, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for the coffee time.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the season. Appreciate it.
All right. Sounds great. Well, thank you to everybody again for listening. We'll talk to you again soon.